We're going to define responsive design in terms of working with Illustrator. With so many devices being used today, it can be a bit overwhelming and daunting when you start to consider approaching a web design project. What size screen should I design for? What resolutions? What operating system? In this movie, we're going to be talking about responsive design and exactly what that term actually means. Today, our content is being consumed on literally thousands of devices. We need to create and ultimately deliver content in a better way. Our website should adapt and show content differently based on the type of device viewing that content at any given time. You should design your site around the various experiences that you think your end users are going to need to access your content. You do not want that to be locked to a specific screen size or an operating system or a particular device. Our goal is to create a design that will respond to the device that's viewing it and offer our end users the best possible experience. Before you start designing, you should be thinking about the end user experience of the website. How the user consumes the content and the ease of use of the product will help to ensure a successful end result. Do your research ahead of time to ensure that you have the right answers to questions that will impact how your final product will look and function. Responsive design is a content-driven layout, and what that means is the content dictates exactly what everything is going to look like based on where the browser window is at any given time. With responsive web design, the idea is that you're not designing a fixed site for every single device, but you're designing at sizes that are general, the ones that most people will be able to use to see the content of the website. Work with your developer to figure out what sizes you should target in your designs. This upfront planning process will help to ensure that you're considering the content, the needs of the end user, and the experience in which they will have. You want to create design assets that will translate well into a website. You will be creating an adjustable layout. You need to plan how to showcase the content and consider what parts of the content are most important so you can adjust the layout to prioritize the most important material. Responsive design helps you create a better experience for your clients and their clients because you are forced to consider these things ahead of time. Responsive design is made up from 3 basic ingredients: fluid proportional grid-based layout that utilize a percent-based value, flexible media like SVG, and media queries. What this means for us in Illustrator is to embrace all devices. We shouldn't use popular device presets as document sizes. Instead, allow your design to dictate breakpoints because of layout stress, wherever that may fall. You need to make modifications as needed. Responsive design is all about prioritizing the most important content to make sure it displays correctly to the user and deliver an optimal experience so that the user can get the information they need and want as quickly as possible by using your design. But how do we make a design flexible? You are going to need to use pixels since we can't really make our document a percent-based size. I like to use the t-shirt sizing, small, medium, large, and perhaps extra large. By making a design and a layout that will accommodate all of these sizes, I can get an idea of where my breakpoints will be and how the page will ultimately look. This is really easy to do inside of Illustrator by using artboards. Responsive design is merely rethinking how these experiences are delivered to your end user and not thinking about the underlying device that's actually serving up the content. We don't want to target specific devices or sizes. We want to target a range of experiences. Think experience and how you can optimize that with your design toolkit and skills, and you'll end up with a great product.